for joining me again today. As you can see, I am out in my garden again. I know I didn't update yesterday on how my garden was doing, but today I wanted to talk to you about pest control or varmint control in your garden today. And there's a few really effective, cheap, simple methods you can use for all types of pests, from, beetles, those bad types of worms, caterpillars, birds, rabbits, squirrels, etc. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, because I actually just saw about 2 or 3 rabbits eyeballing my beans, because they're starting to come up and I don't want those to get ruined. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is cayenne pepper, just plain old cayenne pepper. So what I am about to do here when I hop off is actually just go around here and sprinkle just a good amount of cayenne pepper just around my fencing and then around on this other side over here. And once those rabbits and squirrels get a whiff of that, they're not going to come anywhere near your garden. I did watch a couple other videos of pest control, kind of the same nature, where you would just take a bunch of hot peppers and garlic and boil them down, strain them, and then use all that juice to just spritz around your garden. But then every time it rains, that's just going to wash away because it's a liquid form. So cayenne pepper, really simple, really cheap, probably the best way you can go about deterring varmint from entering your garden without harming them or killing them or anything like that. The second, switch my camera around here, the second pest control as far as the avian variety goes I use in my garden it's called bird scare tape, but honestly you can buy any shiny foily tape. You can get this like at Party City. I just got mine from Amazon. It was super cheap. It was about, oh gosh, I don't know, $2 for like 500 feet of this. So as you can see, some is just sporadically tied around the cages and stakes. And when this blows in the wind and reflects in the sunlight, it kind of just scares the birds and they don't come anywhere near my garden. As soon as I tied these up, I've had absolutely no problems with them. And if you're worried about hummingbirds, they're not going to actually eat your plants. If anything, they're actually going to help to pollinate your plants. So hummingbirds are a good thing. I actually have a hummingbird feeder, and I just put it out maybe a week ago, and I already have to refill it. So just simply tied that to there. As you can see, it's very light, blows in the wind, scares the birds away. The third thing I wanted to talk about as far as pest control, there's my co-gardener, she's helping me out today again, are bugs. And I'm talking about the bad kind of bugs that just eat away at your plants, they eat away at your fruit, they ruin your plants, and then, they're no good anymore. So this is an organic oil, it's called neem oil. It's pressed from neem seeds and comes from India, I believe. And this right here, it's 8 ounces. It was about maybe $10. Again, I got this from Amazon because I couldn't really find it in a local store near me. But you only need one of these to last you probably an entire growing season, because to mix a quart you only need like half a teaspoon. So it's definitely worth the money. All you do is mix it with water and a little bit of dish soap so it helps stick to the leaves, excuse me. And I just got a little spray bottle and I wrote the directions on there so I don't have to keep referring back to a bottle here when I go and make it. The only thing about this is you cannot apply it in direct sunlight. I don't actually know why, but just apply it in the early morning or kind of once the sun goes down. It's safe for your plants. It's actually pretty good for your plants, all the nutrients. So you would just come over and spray. I have to mix some more up. I don't have any on me right now, but you would just come over and kind of spritz your plants. Make sure to get the undersides. I have a little damage to this plant. This was actually from the hailstorm we had about a week ago, but you want to make sure you're checking your plants often, especially on the undersides of the leaves, because that's where the spider mites and some other gross insects live. I try to avoid using chemical pesticides unless I have to, and unfortunately I have had to use some because we've had terrible carpenter bees this year. I noticed them last year, but by the time I had noticed them, they had pretty much dispersed. So let me actually take you over here to something I found this morning. Well, first off, let me say, if you don't know what a carpenter bee is, they are basically bees that drill into old wood, unfinished wood. This wood is really old. It's probably the same age as the house, which is about 30 years old. So what I did is Raid makes a foam product that you squirt in, and it lasts for 2 to 3 months, or so it claims, and it did wonders. You can also use WD-40. I've seen some people use that, but I don't know if it has the effects that the Raid does as far as deterrence. So I used the foam probably about 3 weeks ago. I thought all the carpenter bees had left, but they did leave me a little present, which I found this morning. So this is kind of gross. I'm just going to show you. These are, there's about 6 larvae that have fallen out of these holes. Let's see if I can show you these holes. It might be too dark, but there's holes actually underneath the railing as well where they drill into. And what they do is they make little tunnels. They lay their eggs, and then once they mature, they go away. Or hopefully go away at least, but the Raid actually did its job very well, as you can see. I have not seen any more adult carpenter bees around my house, and these larvae, when I found them this morning, they were already dead, so, I mean, it is pretty gross, so I'm going to have to deal with that, but the Raid definitely did the trick for that. Again, I can't attest to the WD-40 method, because I have not tried that. But I'm glad those are gone. We're going to have to replace that wood anyway, but hopefully I can save it somehow. I did transplant my other cucumbers this morning, and my lettuce is coming up nice. So I haven't seen any pests in my garden. I kind of wish there were more bumblebees around here, but instead of carpenter bees, but such is life, I guess. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys a few methods of simple, affordable pest control you can use in your garden that's not going to either harm the cute little rabbits or squirrels, or it's not going to harm, or harm too bad, children if they happen to get in there. If it comes down to it, we do have a few possums and raccoons. I will just trap them in one of those humane non-kill traps and call animal control, set them free, whatever I have to do. But as far as small varmint and bugs, those are the methods I use. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will be keeping you guys posted. The only pest I've seen, actually I have seen one pest in my garden. It was some kind of ant that was actually eating my leaves, but I sprayed it right down with neem oil, and it did kill it instantly, which is awesome. And I haven't seen any more since, and those were on my potato plants. So there's a few holes in the leaves, but the damage isn't too bad. It's not going to affect the plant any. So yeah, guys, I hope to give you all an update here soon. My beans, since yesterday, have actually doubled their flowers, which is it's pretty impressive. I'm quite happy about that. I am going to hop off of here, spritz my plants down with some neem oil as a preventive measure, and use the cayenne pepper as a preventive measure while it's still kind of shady out today before it gets too sunny and hot. And then I will be planting my second round of beans today as well. So I hope you guys have found this video somewhat useful, and I hope to give you guys an update again soon. Thanks. Bye.